Hull, its starboard side in plain view. Raines spent 3 months studying historical records, the captain's journal, and insurance documents. Proving it's definitely the Clotilda would mean raising the wreck.
It's the right size, it's in the right location, the construction techniques show that it's the right age.
So solving the mystery is in the mud.
Solving the mystery is in the mud.
In 1860, a year before the Civil War, owning slaves was still legal across the South, but importing them had been outlawed. Timothy Mayer, a wealthy Alabama plantation owner, made a sinister bet that he could break the law and bought the Clotilda.
He outfitted it at his own cost and set out to do it, just to prove he could.
Mayer sent the two-masted cargo schooner nearly 6,000 miles to what is now Benin, West Africa. Captain William Foster returned months later with 110 slaves, mostly teenagers, and snuck them back into Mobile Bay. On July 9, 1860, Foster unloaded the slaves into a swamp and, on Mayer's orders, burned the ship, hoping to destroy any trace of the crime.
As I, studied it more, it became this more profound moment of, holy cow, what this means to the families whose lives were interrupted and brought here, and the generations since.
Africatown, a few miles from the shipwreck, was settled by the Clotilda's freed slaves after the Civil War. Many descendants still live here today.
His name was Gumpa.
Gumpa.
And later changed to Peter Lee once he got here.
Cousins Alan Marshall and James Lee are Peter Lee's great-great-grandchildren. He survived the Clotilda and settled in Africatown. They were stronger than their struggles.
Yeah, and here we are. We're the results of it.
Roughly 10 million slaves survived the dreaded Middle Passage from Africa to the New World. Many Clotilda descendants uniquely know exactly where their ancestors came from, when they got here, and even on which ship.
I take pride in the fact that they were able to survive that passage to America.
William Green had 2 ancestors aboard the Clotilda.
Regardless of how you got here, they are your ancestors. Oftentimes, maybe not under the best of circumstances, but yet you are here because of them.
What happens next is up to state and federal officials, the sort of choice the Clotilda's human cargo never could have imagined. For CBS This Morning, Mark Strassman, Mobile, Alabama.
Amazing story. The reporter says for years the plantation owners tried to act like this never happened, this incident never happened. So now that it's been uncovered, he thinks maybe it'll go a long way towards healing.
Well, think about how many stories are still to be told.
Exactly.
All right, imagine 2